I was going to do a different video, but you hear that? That's the sound of time ticking away for all of us. Um, I was thinking about relationships in the witnesses, and besides the obvious stuff, I think there's an undercurrent that isn't intentional but is logical, because I've had several witnesses say this, especially when I was still believing. So you'd have a gathering and have a good time, and you would be sad because, if it's friends you haven't seen in a long time. I had this with a couple that we enjoyed spending time with that lived out of state, and had a good time having them over, chatting, having dinner. Grandmother had the same thing. This happened several times. Like, well, in the new system it won't be like this. I don't know. You come up with some scenario where you have a commune, you live close together or within walking distance. It's great. Well, that'll be when we get to spend quality time together. And I think in the back of, besides that being a nice fantasy, I think in the back of witnesses' minds, that's also part of why they don't put the effort in to spend more time together. If your friends or your family are, more than a convenient distance away, you might not see them very often. Because, we'll catch up in the new system. It's not that big of a deal. I'm not going to let it make me sad. We'll catch up then. So the treadmill of all the work that you need to do being a witness is one thing. But I mean, even if you did have the time, you still might not make that extra effort. And that's, I think, part of the reason why, of like, it's not that big of a deal, so I'm just not going to think about it too much. You don't put in the extra effort to spend time with friends and family. You'd also don't have holidays, which people use as a time of like, we're going to put the extra effort in to, hang out with the family, which we might not see the rest of the year. We're gonna put in a special extra effort to do this, and you don't really do that as witnesses. There isn't an excuse, but then there also isn't a reason, because you'll see them again in paradise. We'll all live in a big multi-story house, and we won't have to worry about this, which is sad. It's a sad thing, because I realized that I didn't put that extra effort in. I didn't put that extra effort into spending time with friends or family members, because I never thought like, oh, I got limited time. They've got limited time if they're older family members, older friends with health, friends or family members with health conditions. I need to put the extra effort in because our time together is limited. So I need to make it count. You don't think that way as a witness, and therefore you don't act that way. And that's sad. It's sad to not put that effort into building relationships, or at the very least, building happy memories together, helping out, spending time together. It doesn't need to be anything super special, just putting the effort in at all. Bummer. It's a bummer for a believing witness, but waking up, you now appreciate, assuming, I would think even a believing Christian, you'd still put the extra effort in to spend time with family members and friends and so on. People you like, just like do the procrastination thing of, at some point in the future, I'll get around to having relationships with people. At some point in the future, I'll get around to, having close friends, but not right now. I'm too busy studying and going out in service and so on. I don't know. I don't think you need to be an atheist to value time, opportunities. It's a real thing. It's a sad thing to be like, there's a point, there will be a time where it will be the last time I will see someone. This will be the last time I do X with person. And if you don't think about that, if you don't realize that, then you're not appreciating it before that happens. You're not appreciating the moment. I've talked about that before, but like, you as a witness, you're never in the moment. You're never practicing awareness. Never appreciating the now, because the future is always better. And, you know, low key, you shouldn't be liking the now, because it's Satan's system and it's bad, and it will improve. This is just absolute garbage compared to what it will be. So why would you like this now? You just got to be focused on getting there to the future, not appreciating what you have, appreciating who you have, appreciating what's going on right now. Real things. None of that is important. You're only thinking about the fantasy, about the future, about the maybe. That's my thought, though. I think that's why there's shallow relationships. Part of it. It's not explicit, but it makes a lot of sense when you have to prioritize your time and your effort. I'll do that later. I got to do these things now because these things are important. Service and meetings and studying and conventions and LDC, and not a lot of these things during COVID, but, you know, before COVID, that was the treadmill. It's nice waking up, though. It's sad on one hand realizing all of the missed opportunities, but at least you haven't lost all of them. You're still alive. I mean, unless you're going to die before the end of this video, in which case please stop the video and go call your loved ones to tell them something important, you know. I'd always wished I had the opportunity. I doubt there's anyone that's literally on death's door right now and doesn't have, you know, however long this video is going to go, another 2 minutes to live. I hope not. Maybe you're driving a car. If that's the case, please don't watch videos while driving a car. There's nothing worth watching. You can listen to me, just don't look. Pay attention to the road. Kevin. I don't have enough viewers to statistically for there to be a Kevin that's driving right now, but that would be pretty funny. Kind of losing the thread here, but anyway, my advice on this beautiful Memorial Day, appreciate your friends and family, because I don't think we did that enough as believing witnesses. There's plenty more reasons why relationships are shallow and you hold people at a distance. The inevitability, or not inevitability, but like the possibility of needing to shun someone, the cult persona, that you're not being authentic, that they're not being authentic. So it's hard to build a relationship with two people that are trying their best to pretend to be someone else. There's other reasons, but I do think that is part of it. We can do it later, so we don't need to do it now. Don't do that. Do the opposite. Appreciate the people now. Appreciate this moment. Turn off this video after you have engaged with it by, you know, if you haven't subscribed, doing that, commenting and liking those things, because that does help me. And I do appreciate that. I definitely do, even if I don't know you. But I do appreciate doing that. It's very helpful. But turn this video off and go appreciate what you have right now and who you have right now, because that's important and it feels good and it makes them feel good. It's nice to know that people in your life value you. So then that you value them. So go have meaningful relationships, I guess, is the gist of this video. It's good advice in general, and it's especially good advice for people who've lost, you know, us ex-witnesses, people who have lost a lot of relationships. But now you have an opportunity to build real and authentic and non-contractually, non-conditional relationships. That was a weird way to say that. You know what I'm saying. We've been here before. Other videos have been here before. So I will stop talking and not take up any more of your precious, beautiful day. If you're watching this, right now, go have some fun. Go enjoy this day. Take a moment of silence to just be in the moment. It's nice. It's nice. It's a really beautiful day. Look at that window.